Welcome back to TFE, a weekly news podcast in which we give our thoughts, feelings, emotions on the latest gaming, film, tech, and streaming news, and other random crap we feel like. I am your host, Dan Weller, and I'm joined with you, as always, by my co-host, Danny.
Howdy, everybody.
So let's get on with the show. And in this week's episode, we're going to talk about there being far too many trailers to talk about, Horizon Forbidden West upgrade from PS4 to PS5 controversy, and who owns a patent for teleportation. But first up, we're going to go through a rapid review of What If Episode 4.
Doctor Strange kills everyone.
Yes, I didn't like this episode.
I really like this episode.
And I didn't like it for the ending. I just felt like the ending wasn't satisfying.
What, the fact that he killed the entire universe to get one girl back?
Yeah, then she died anyway.
Yeah, that's the point. It's his own hubris. He can't unfix the unfixable point. It's kind of just like, hey, you tried to break something, it didn't work, and now you regret it, and she died anyway.
It just seems very depressing.
Hubris. That's the point. I like that. This is like one of the darkest things Marvel's done. It's great. Like, he literally
you can have
broke
dark,
the
but just
law.
don't have it so, like, just there being nothing at the end. It's like, if he went to his own personal hell...
He is in his own personal hell.
No, but I mean, like, just not in a single bubble and nothing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Dan, the potential is that he'll still break out of that and go into the other ones, because in the trailers of the What If series, he talks to Captain Carter. So there's still potential for that character return. It's just
it's not like there's multiple universes.
Yeah, but
in this whole thing,
why would you then focus on that universe? Also, it's the one change in that thing, and then I imagine these are variants that are now springing up because of the events of Loki, if you're thinking about it like that. Because otherwise they would have all been pruned by this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's all very much chaos.
I really liked it, though. I liked the fact that it basically... Because this one has, like, every voice actor back, which is nice, because there's not this weird disconnect between the voices.
No.
Because you kind of, like, for the last couple episodes, like, the first three, you had Natasha, you have Robert Downey Jr. not returning. Like, you have all these different voice actors, and then some of the main actors, so it feels weird when they're not the voices that you remember. But whereas this episode pretty much had everyone back, Benedict Cumberbatch, Rachel McAdams, Benedict Wong, Tilda Swinton, like, it had everyone back, basically. So it was just like, well, these voices sound naturally right without having the other characters disconnect from it. And I didn't think Benedict Cumberbatch was back.
No, there's one moment I think was quite jarring, was when she died. I didn't feel like his voice acting met with the drawings.
Maybe.
It just felt a bit jarring. So it felt like his voice acting was quite dramatic, but it wasn't so dramatic on the cartoon. It was like felt a bit more subtle. So I think that's the
faces are kind of hard-ish to convey some of the emotion in it, because they are like this weird, rubbery sort of construction of the person's face. And it kind of works, kind of doesn't with some people's faces. Like Bucky in the first episode, his face just doesn't suit that art style at all.
No.
Rachel McAdams just seems a very generic white girl in this episode. Whereas Rachel McAdams is stunning as an actress. And I'm just like, oh, okay, it's just generic white girl. I'd kill the universe for that face, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I am in the minority here. On IMDb, it's currently sitting at 9.1 stars. So, yes, I am wrong, apparently.
I mean, your only complaint is the end, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm no complaint. I like everything else builds up. The ending.
Yeah, so overall, you'd probably drop it down a bit because of the things, but you wouldn't drop it completely down just because of the end, right?
I give it a 6 out of 10 because of the ending.
Yeah.
The most important
there's the other 3.1
about everything is the ending.
I like the ending. I think it works because it's just... I like depressing stuff. I like the fact that it didn't end on a happy note. He literally destroyed a universe for the sake of a woman, and it backfired because he tried to think he was better than a god and the universe itself. So I like that. I did like the little montage of him going and killing all those monsters.
Yeah, that's cool. I also felt like this is the most anime episode.
Probably.
Art style.
Do you like the cape fight? Do you like the cape fight? Where the two capes just fight? I wish there was more of it, because I thought it was fun. I like the fight at the end, where it's Doctor Strange versus Doctor Strange, because I think it's clever.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on that plot point either.
What, the fact that they split the timeline?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on that.
It's kind of questions if Kang actually understands the reality of the timelines as well as he does. Because if she can split the timeline in it, and there'd be two Doctor Stranges in the universe itself at the same time, would that not then break his reality of what he thinks the timeline should be? Because
You would have thought so.
But maybe that's why Kang is the bad guy, because he doesn't understand it. And maybe it's just there's a guy above Kang who now knows, like the Eternals and the Celestials and all that, like the actual creators of the universes themselves. So maybe we'll get some cunts punching the creators of the universe, telling them, bad boy, don't break our universe just because you don't care. And then
I feel like we've talked enough about rapid review because, it's going to be quick. So next week, it is supposedly what if Thor was banished to Earth but still was worthy of his mantle. So we should look forward to that one to see what that brings.
What if they got Natalie Portman back for the voice?
Maybe. I mean, she's working with Marvel again now.
Yeah.
So, but that's enough of the review. And let's go on to stream that movie news into my head.
Dun 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 dun.
And we got a whole bunch of trailers this week. A lot.
Yes.
And we're going to start off with a film called Puppet Killer.
Yes. What if Elmo went bad? This is just a cheesy knockoff like horror movie that I'm like, yeah, this is kind of dope.
Yeah, at the start of this, I was like, this is kind of like, what the hell is this? It's just kind of generic, a bit boring. And then you just kind of halfway in. I was like, what the hell's happening?
It's like this puppet kills this kid's family or something at the beginning. And then he's left his home, and then he's gone out, and he's like now an adult, and he goes back to his family like cabin home or whatever it is, and the puppet's stored there, and this puppet is a murderer, and it just goes around killing all his friends and him and whatnot, or it looks like it's gonna kill him, and then it's just like, is it him being the murderer? Is he controlling the puppet, or is it just like what's the puppet?
Yeah,
but it looks like. It looks like a fat Elmo, basically.
I mean, we're waiting to see, but this is a very strange film. Very, very strange.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it. It's just
I can understand
dumb.
why you like it. I still won't go see it because I'm tight and I pretty much.
Oh no, I'm not gonna go watch. I'm not gonna go watch it.
Well, sorry, Marvel and DC films, and maybe Star Wars, but I've never paid for a Star Wars film.
I'll watch
I
anything.
only watched Star Wars after the last one came out.
Congrats. But yeah, big puppet killer. I just like it. It's funny. It's called Puppet Killer if people want to check out the trailer. It's just, it looks cheesy as all hell. Like those really bad horror movies that are like not scary, but are just so bad that they're good. Looks like one of those.
It's trying to do that. You can tell it's trying to
You
make
can
fun
tell
of
it's
itself,
trying.
And the cliche.
Yeah. It's not taking itself seriously at all.
No chance. Which is, I would argue, a better horror film for that reason.
Yes. And speaking of a movie that takes itself very seriously, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I picked this one specifically for you because it's space. And it's called Moonfall, the official teaser trailer.
Yes. I'm not entirely sure what the story is on this film, but the whole premise is...
the moon is coming to kill the world.
Yeah. I don't remember what year it said. Did it say 2022 or did it say like 2202? I don't know. There was a year at some point.
So, in Moonfall, a mysterious force knocks the moon from its orbit around Earth and sends it hurtling on a collision course with life as we know it. With mere weeks before impact and the world on the brink of annihilation, NASA executive and former astronaut Jo Fowler is convinced she has the key to save us all. But only one astronaut from her past, Brian Harper, and the conspiracy theorist K.C. Houseman believe her. These unlikely heroes will mount an impossible last-ditch mission into space, leaving behind everyone they love, only to find out that our moon is not what we think it is.
It sounds like Doctor Who.
Potentially.
In Doctor Who, it was revealed that the moon is a giant spider egg.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But this has Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, and John Bradley in it. It's directed by Roland Emmerich, and he directed a bunch of stuff. He did Independence Day. Independence Day, The Day After Tomorrow, Independence Day Resurgence, 2012. He's the big disaster guy. He also directed Midway, Godzilla,
I mean, I will say
1998.
The CGI looks very good.
Yeah, I just like the fact that the moon's going to be the cause of the end of the world.
I mean,
it's just
interesting.
Hey, look. If the moon comes into our gravitational orbit, it is going to fuck everything up.
Yes, that is true. However, the amount of force required to knock it out of its orbit is astronomical.
Exactly. So what force did it, Dan? What is behind the moon? And how are they going to kill the moon to stop it from killing us? And
I'm guessing it's a really stupid reason. And it's just to be like, it was something this all along.
It'll be the power of love. We must love the moon back into its orbit so it doesn't kill us all.
Okay, even I doubt it would be the power of love.
Okay, the power of boners then.
Power of bones.
Boners.
We're talking about rings in orbit. The Wheel of Time.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this one. This looks like bad young adult fantasy novel, which I think it is based off of.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So this is an Amazon Prime TV series.
Is it already out?
November 19th.
Okay, for some reason I thought it came out. I don't know why.
Nah, but it's... I don't know what is the premise of this movie. Because I'm just very confused by it. It's just a lot of weird shots.
I don't think it's a film.
No, it's a TV series.
Yeah, TV series, yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. I believe there's 14 books.
Jesus, that's too many books.
Yeah. So we do Game of Thrones logic. That's 14 seasons.
Well, you'd think, but they'll stretch those books out for as long as they can. But it's like, I think it's just, the reason why everyone's super into it is because it's like female warrior people, which is cool. I like female warriors. I don't really know what it's about. It looks like there's things of different time periods. Yeah, maybe. I really don't get that. It's just a lot of dancing, death, weird tall towers, people looking at it, running away. It's just not really that interesting. For me, at least. The only person I know in this whole entire thing is Rosamund Pike, who's the main, like, wizard lady, I guess. It just, I don't know. I feel like this is Amazon's, like, Game of Thrones until they have fucking Lord of the Rings come out. And it's just kind of...
the CGI was a little bit bad.
Crap?
In places.
Yeah.
I don't use that word.
Yeah, this gives me really weird Game of Thrones vibes. Or The Witcher, the Netflix thing. That Witcher TV series that I haven't watched with Henry Cavill in it.
Apparently it's good.
Apparently it is, but I'm yet to watch it, and apparently it jumps around time frames a lot. So I imagine a show called The Wheel of Time will also jump around a lot, and I'll be equally as confused.
All right, here's a bit of a quick setting and premise. The series is set in an unnamed world that, due to cyclical nature of time as depicted in the series, it is simultaneously the distant past and the distant future on Earth.
Okay.
So the Randalls of the world of the wheel, named adopted by two fans, refer to the world as the Wheel of Time takes place. So the world's never named what it is. That sounds fantastic already.
That seems like lazy like writing. Oh yeah, I haven't thought of a name yet. Let me just call it the unnamed
Christopher
one.
Nolan did. Intend it.
Yeah, but I think that was intentional. I think that's just the books going, the unknown planet world.
No, it's not unknown. It's just unnamed. It's just never named. Same as the protagonist.
Unnamed. Yeah. But I feel like they named the protagonist as a...
In the latest iteration of the element cycle of battle between the forces of light and darkness, I feel like it's Destiny already, the Aes Sedai, definitely Destiny, an order of ancient women able to channel the power of magic.
Aha, see, I knew it was something to do with women.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty obvious from the trailer.
No, because they were men. I thought this was like a world without men. I don't know why that, but I was just like this.
Try to find the latest reincarnation of the dragon.
Okay, yeah, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. The Light's Champion. Servants of the Dark One, a cosmic force of evil in the universe, also scour the countryside in search of the Dragon Reborn, a party including 3 youths who might be the reincarnated champion.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, look, I'm going to just call it now. This is not for me. I won't be watching this. To anyone who does watch it, let me know if it's okay.
Do you know what? I might buy the bullet. If it's a series, I will let you know.
Okay, you're looking for another Golden Compass thing?
Yes,
whatever his Dark Materials or whatever it is.
His Dark Materials. That's a great show. That one I would recommend to watch.
Yeah. Are you trying to find a replacement for that in the meantime?
Yeah, because that's only got 1 season left, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, it's ending where it's supposed to end. They're not stretching it.
What if it ends like Game of Thrones, Dan? What if it ends like Game of Thrones?
No, it doesn't, because the book's already been written.
What if it ends like Game of Thrones and the books are bad?
No, the books are good. People like the books.
What if they divert wildly from the book?
I know, we've got another trailer to look at. Red Notice.
Mm-hmm. Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Gal Gadot all in one movie.
Sounds
all
like
in one
sounds like
franchise
a great
as well.
time, to be honest.
Well, if The Rock wasn't involved, yes.
Why do
I
you
don't
hate
like
The
The
Rock
Rock.
so much?
I don't know. I just feel like he's in too many of the franchises that I watch, and I don't like him in any of the franchises that I watch. So it annoys me because I like the franchises, but he's in them, and it annoys me. He's in the Fast and Furious. He's in the new Jumanjis that I haven't watched because he's in it, and I'm like, I don't want to watch these. I haven't even watched the original, and he's not in it. So maybe I don't like that franchise. He's in too much stuff, and he's not a good actor. He's charismatic. He's not a good actor. There's a difference.
Well, here's a quick synopsis. An Interpol-issued red notice is a global alert to hunt and capture the world's most wanted, but when a daring heist brings together the FBI's top profiler, played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, two criminals, Gadot and Reynolds, there's no telling what will happen.
Yeah, so from the premise of the trailer, or what it looks like, is Dwayne The Rock Johnson manages to track down, or at least get Ryan Reynolds on side, and Gal Gadot is the big bad, like, villainous woman, and they're trying to capture her together, but I imagine what's probably going to be happening is Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot are going to have been working together, and then it's going to be like old switcheroo and the betrayals and all of that.
Probably. I actually want to watch this one.
Yeah, I'll watch anything Ryan Reynolds in at this point. He's just very talented.
Even a porno? Would you watch that as well?
Well, he is married to Blake Lively, and she's very attractive, so...
Okay. We get it.
But yeah, this is a Netflix one, so people will be able to watch this as soon as it drops on Netflix. And I imagine Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gal Gadot in a movie together is going to break people's minds because everyone loves these people.
Yeah, they do. I mean, this is going to be it's either going to be really good. I know it's going to be successful either way.
It's going to be successful either way. It's just how successful and how much of a slight little dip off is it going to have.
Yeah. Well, this film releases November 12th. So we have to wait and see.
Speaking of a film that might finally get released, it's Time to Die, Dan.
What? I don't want to die.
Well, okay, then it's No Time to Die.
Oh, yeah. Get in it. I'm alive.
We got the final US trailer that I haven't watched because I've seen the exact same trailer over and over again every time I've been to the cinema. So...
okay, you already seen it, so I the first time I've seen it.
No, not this trailer. I've seen
right.
the one that they originally released, the one where it's basically like he's on the bridge and the car comes and it chips off the side of the wood, the block that protects him, and then he jumps off the bridge and it's like, you would have shot him and blah 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 blah. But this is just like a red recap of the last couple movies, and it gives you why he's there and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a problem with this film. I don't think it's going to be very good.
It can't be worse than the last one, or the second one, or the third one.
Well, Skyfall.
I didn't like Skyfall.
You only like Casino Royale.
I only really like Casino Royale, pretty much. I kind of liked the second one because
I don't like Quantum of Solace. I thought it was quite boring.
I think Quantum of Solace is really slow, but I don't hate it. I really didn't like Skyfall.
Skyfall.
I am in the minority, I can guarantee you. I know a lot of people like Skyfall, but that's only because people like the song Skyfall by Adele.
No, I like Skyfall as a film.
I
like
am convinced that people... No, I am convinced people like Skyfall because of the Adele song, and everyone just remembers it because of the Adele song. Because everyone's like, Skyfall, let it crumble, or whatever the fuck the lyrics of that song are.
Well, on IMDb, Skyfall has the second highest rating.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
If I just go by the Daniel Craig ones, number 1 is Casino Royale, number 2 is Skyfall, number 3 is Spectre, number 4 is Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, I'd swap Quantum of Solace as second, third is Skyfall, and then Spectre is fourth. It's basically in the release order for me.
You're the weirdo.
Yeah, I don't deny that. I'm hoping that this movie can break the trend and jump higher, but hey, who am I?
Well, it doesn't look so promising. I'm not entirely
Well,
sold
considering
yet.
Daniel Craig basically said he'd cut his own fingers off before he would return to film another one, I'm pretty sure they've had to pay him a crap ton of money for this.
Oh, yeah, I think it's revealed. It's so many millions. It's probably like 90 million or something stupid.
Because he hated recording the last two. He hated doing Skyfall and Spectre. He really hated because he hates the press tours. And he hates all the promotion for it. And I feel so bad for him because he's had to do it so many times with this movie alone. Because it's just like, oh, it's coming out. Ramp up the press hype. Send him out on the fucking shop floor and get all those interviews where he has to talk to press who ask him the same question a million times a day. Oh, it's cancelled. It's been rescheduled. Bring them all back. Oh, it's time to ramp it up again. Send him out. Oh, no, it's cancelled again. Move it back. He's just had to do that like so many times.
But let's be honest, I think this won't be the last James Bond film.
No, we'll get a new... Because this is Daniel Craig's last one, and they'll do a new one. MGM now is owned by Amazon, and Amazon's going to push out as many films as they can and try and convince the Broccolis to make TV shows and stuff like that.
Well, you never know. Amazon might make it better. They might make it R-rated.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Amazon technically owns James Bond because the Broccolis own the rights. They just own the distributor that the Broccolis use, which is MGM.
Yeah.
So Amazon owns the distributor. They don't actually own James Bond. It's if James Bond wants to continue working with MGM to distribute the movies. So we'll see. If the Broccolis don't like what Amazon is doing with MGM, then we might get Netflix or another Disney or something distributing James Bond in the future.
Oh, imagine if Disney get it.
Well, could be.
The mouse conquers all. But let's go on to some casting news.
Let's go on. Yeah.
So Batwoman. Do you remember Batwoman?
Yeah, that show.
Yeah, apparently they've cast Bridget Regan as Poison Ivy. And I'm determined to believe...
I didn't even realize this was season 3. I didn't think it got that many.
I'm determined to put this in here just so you can make me relive the horror of this TV show.
Yeah, also I like Poison Ivy. So
do I. I mean, I love her in Harley Quinn show.
Yeah, she's great in that. But that was basically it. I just put it in here because I know you hate Batwoman. And
I don't hate Batwoman. I just hate the CW. The CW is just getting... At one point, it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of fell off a cliff.
Yes.
And
I've not watched any of them, so I don't have to endure any of this pain.
Season 1 of The Flash is the best show that the CW has ever put out.
That's okay, then.
After that, it's all been bad. It's been a downhill slip from that.
I've heard the Arrow is good.
Arrow Season 2, that's at the peak. But it happened in the same year.
Okay.
Flash Season 1 and Arrow Season 2. That was like the best year the CW ever had. After that, it's just been bad.
I've just never watched it.
As many people call them.
Yeah. It's just their budget's not good. So.
It's got nothing to do with the budget. Bad budget does not make up for bad writing.
Yeah, but bad budget is kind of like, oh, hey, look, this Supergirl shot where Flash and Supergirl team up and they use their powers to blow some shit away.
If you have a bad budget, you edit around your budget. You make your story around your budget. Look at Daredevil. Daredevil. And Daredevil has a lower budget. Stranger Things Season 1 has a lower budget.
Yeah, but you also then don't go and do what they did, which is try and do low budget, but show off their budget, basically, which is do all the action shots. You do the fight sequences. You do it all. And it just looks bad because you're basically shoving it into the front of the show.
Yeah.
And then everything else tanks because you're like, we've spent all our money on the budget of the CGI, so we don't have any fucking money to pay writers.
Yeah, CW is so poorly managed, and unless things drastically change, I will not be returning for any more of their shows.
Did you watch Superman and Lois?
I did not finish it, but that's not actually a CW show.
Oh, what is it then?
It's an HBO Max show that airs on CW.
Okay.
Which is why people like it.
Fair enough.
Which makes sense.
It's got the HBO brand.
Yeah. HBO actually does make good content.
Yes, it probably does. I've not watched anything from HBO, I don't think. I will be watching The Last of Us show, though, so we will get a HBO show in my list eventually.
And just to finish up our Marvel news, or just movie news, I'm going to say, sorry. Venom has got a PG-13 rating, which I am assuming many fans are disappointed about.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised by this at all. They're going for the money because they can't release a R-rated movie after a pandemic.
Now, do you blame them? I mean, look at Suicide Squad. They probably saw a Suicide Squad and were like, okay, yeah, we can't do this.
Yeah, we can't. This movie is already probably going to... Well, this movie's probably going to do all right with a PG-13 rating. I don't think it would do as well with an R rating, which is a shame because I want to see Venom like eating heads on screen, not just cut to black when he opens his mouth and goes
Yeah, same.
But I like the first one. So I mean, I'm just gonna be missing blood. Boo. Like,
doesn't Amazon have a deal with Sony for all the content like this?
Netflix does.
Is it Netflix? I forgot who it was.
It's Netflix, and then it becomes Disney. So Netflix.
So you never know. If maybe they did make it R-rated first, and then saw that Suicide Squad bombed, they may release the R-rated version on Netflix.
Maybe it depends on if it was shot as R-rated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It only really like you'd probably have your rating in mind before you go into production. So, like, unless you're Zack Snyder, who then comes out and says, "No, it was always meant to be R-rated. I always intended for this version of my film to be R-rated, so I had to add all the CGI blood splatter in afterwards because I intended it." But yeah, I don't know. I don't really care too much. It sucks that it isn't more violent, but we've got enough stuff that's violent. Let this one just be dumb and cheesy.
We've got The Boys. Pretty much anything on Amazon is all R-rated nowadays.
Invincible. Zack Snyder's trying to make it all black and dark and scary.
DC's going R-rated now.
Yep. The one I'm most curious about is the Batman, the Robert Pattinson one, going to be R-rated? Because if they go,
I think it will be.
I don't think it will be because they can't. I don't think DC can afford to make Batman be R-rated and lock him behind a paywall because he's meant to be the kid, idol, basically. He's meant to be one of those, you get kids to pay, you get the kid budget and you go have kids watch it. Like, you can't then if DC does it, I'd be very surprised because Batman is their biggest box office draw. The reason they slapped him in Batman v Superman and put Batman first is because they know people will go and see a Batman film. And I don't know if DC can afford to have the Batman become R-rated and lock out the kid and the young adult audience just because they want to make a darker take.
I think they might. Only because they've seen other success they've had. They've had success with Joker. They've had success with... See, Deadpool have success. I know Suicide Squad bombed, but that's probably more likely to do with...
That's pandemic not... That's
and
not quality,
I think
that's
it's sorted well on
pandemic.
HBO Max as well.
Yeah, it's pandemic.
And a lot of... Because DC and HBO, a lot of HBO content is R-rated. So I think it will be DC. I think DC is just going to go R-rated now.
Well, they've got to do something to stand out, and I don't know.
They have to differentiate from Marvel. They've tried being Marvel, it didn't work.
Well, that's what they tried at the beginning, going all the dark and gritty, and I didn't work out.
They tried doing dark and gritty without going all the way. And then with Justice League Joss Whedon cut, they tried to make it more like Marvel, a bit more upbeat. That didn't work.
Nah.
And then they've gone more this R-rated route beside the three big ones of being Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Shazam.
Yeah, then they went way too PG with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and then the second Wonder Woman did terrible.
Yep. That was also pandemic related as well.
And it was terrible.
But it's also critically bad. Critically reviewed bad and box office bad. But box office is probably because of pandemic, not because of audience. Because Suicide Squad did well, even though it was horrible and terrible movie.
Yeah,
but it still made money when it came out. So audiences don't always go for the thing, you know.
I mean, we'll wait and see. But
it wouldn't surprise me if they make it, but I'd also be kind of surprised at the same time. It's kind of like a flip of a coin at this point if they want to make it R-rated.
Yes, I mean, if you want to continue on this discussion, we do have a whole podcast episode dedicated to should movies be R-rated. Go check that out. It's a TBO special at some point. I don't know when it was.
Yes.
Go scroll down. It's there.
Couple of weeks back.
It's more than a couple of weeks.
Fuck knows when.
It's multiple months. Multiple months back. It does exist. Go listen to it.
Probably. Yeah. It's there.
However, we're going to move on to... We've lost the controller of the newser.
Yes.
And we're going to start off the news with Sony. With Sony reversing the decision for the Horizon Forbidden West. And apparently it now will have a PS4 to PS5 upgrade path.
Yes, because of how angry people got. Because basically what happened was Sony basically released the pre-order stuff for... Well, not I don't know if it was pre-order stuff, but they basically came out with the pricing for the deluxe editions and everything of the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 version of Horizon Forbidden West. And it was basically that you can play the PS4 version on a PS5, but you won't receive the same visual and performance upgrades if you bought the PS4 version. And there was no way to upgrade the game from the PS4 version to the PS5 version without buying the PS5 version on top of buying the PS4 version.
Yeah.
So they've basically now... Yeah. But they did have a bundle where you could buy the PS4 version and the PS5 version together, but you would have to buy the bundle, so you'd have to pay more to buy both versions of the game. And there wasn't a... So if you don't have the PlayStation 5 and you're not planning to get the PlayStation 5, and you wanted in the back of your mind to maybe get it at a later stage when they're more available, if you wanted to play the game now and then play it again later, then you'd have to buy the bundle version, and there would be no way of... Just because most games had free upgrades for the PS4 to PS5 versions, like Destiny has it, COD has it. Like
it's been done before, even for Spider-Man as well. I believe I had it as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. People got really pissed because Spider-Man Miles Morales has a free upgrade to the PS5 version if you bought the PS4 version. So it made no sense that Sony then came out and said, "Hey, look, you have to buy the full game again, or you buy the bundle." And now they've basically reverted back on that, and now they've now said that they're basically going to offer a $10 digital upgrade for every PlayStation 4 to PS5 version if you want to upgrade without having to buy the game again.
Yeah, which I think is more reasonable, right? Like that's just it's unreasonable to think of buy the game again.
But because the thing is, it's like you pay 40 quid for the PS4 version, and then you pay 60 quid for the PS5 version at this point because of the pricing system of PlayStation. And I've got one, and I haven't bought a PlayStation 5 game yet because they're so expensive.
Yeah, I know. This is what makes me not want a PS5. It's just the pricing. I didn't want anything else.
Yeah, I don't get their pricing, and I'm a PlayStation fan. I've got both. I've got
Same
all
as
their
Xbox as well. I mean, this does apply to whole next generation games, apart from PC.
Well, no, Xbox is the one that makes the most sense if you want, because you just buy it on Game Pass.
Yes, you can get Game Pass now, but there are some games that are not on Game Pass, like Call of Duty, where you still have to pay this premium price.
You have to pay this
like
premium price. Yeah, or you could just buy the PS4 version, get the free upgrade that I don't get why isn't offered. If I don't know, but yeah, they've come out and basically this was updated like today. This update, so we're topical for once, maybe.
Well, when we say today, we mean time of recording.
Yes, time of recording, which couple days after we release.
Well, it's coming out actually the next day from when we're recording. So depending on when you're listening to this, things might change, of course. But
yeah, so it's good that they've basically come out and changed it, but I don't know why it was the case in the first place, because they have precedent already set of we offer a free upgrade, because Miles Morales and all the other launch titles that came out, like Demon's Souls was a PS5 exclusive, but I mean, like, I don't know.
I mean, it just
caused so much controversy. Everyone got really pissed. Sony realized, we fucked up. We can't price gouge these people into paying. And I think the problem is, I think Sony basically went, well, people aren't getting this console, and we need to maximize the profits of this because it's such an expensive game. And so we'll give the people, like, I doubt people who would... They were basically going, if we make it like this, they'll either have to buy the console, the PS5, if they can get one, because they don't want to buy the game again at full price, basically.
You can't buy the console.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, well, either people are going to pay for it now on the PS4 Pro or PS4 and play it then, and then if they buy a PlayStation 5, which will give us more money, we'll then price gouge them and get them to pay more money to buy the game if they want to play it again.
It's just a scummy thing to do, but they reverted the decision, and I hope they don't do it again.
Yeah. It still sucks that they're charging you 10 quid, but, I mean...
They have to make the money back on the PS5 somehow.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. They'll always make the money off the games, not the console. And the benefit for Xbox is, because they've got Game Pass and they're not trying to sell consoles, they don't have to make the money back off the console.
No,
because
they
trying to
just make money on Game Pass.
they're just trying to make the money off the digital sales, and they don't really care if the console doesn't sell as long as Game Pass sells. So their strategy, whereas Sony needs to make the money back off the console.
I very much doubt this will be the last Xbox. Sorry, yeah, I mean, no, I think it will be the last Xbox. What I'm going to say.
Yeah,
I don't think they're making.
I reckon one more, and then Xbox will just go full digital.
Well, I think the next one might be Stadia. It might be exactly the same Stadia. You just plug it in and go. Yep.
Yeah, it would just be a little digital box that you plug into the back of your TV, and it just allows you to play it conveniently on a TV, like a Steam box or whatever Steam tried to do, where it was just like this box that you plug in, and it's meant to play all your PC games on your TV, but it didn't really work properly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be the next Xbox. That would be it then, because who wants to keep on hardware every year?
Yeah,
or every few years.
And that these big companies know that, and Sony is basically just trying to bring in as much money so that they can actually compete next time, I imagine. Because whilst the PlayStation is 100% guaranteed to sell more consoles than the Xbox, if Xbox can carve out a big enough path of players, then it will go back to like PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, where it was pretty much even-sided.
Yeah. I mean, I do think the war is over in the sense of it's changed and it's not the same anymore.
Yeah, because you got crossplay now. It's just what your friends are playing is what you'll buy.
Well, no, it's exclusives really.
Well, yeah, but it's also it will be the games that you and your friends want to play. If it's crossplay, it won't be.
Yes.
It will be whether or not Sony and Microsoft can make compelling enough games to get people onto that platform. Basically, it will be whether or not Sony can make a first-party title that keeps gamers PlayStation, and then Xbox can make a game that's compelling enough to grab people who wouldn't buy a PlayStation onto that, so that they can still play with their friends on PlayStation. Basically, it'll be digital probably in the future, which is a shame. I like hardware, but it forces people to innovate on hardware. That's the thing.
Well, talking about old hardware, do you remember the Game Boy Advance?
Yes.
Did you have
yes,
one?
I do. Yes, actually.
Well, you might be in luck because the first commercial Game Boy Advance game is now out from a Kickstarter, or is in development from a Kickstarter that reached a target in less than a day.
Yeah. So the first commercial Game Boy game in 13 years. That's how long ago. Yeah, and it's like games surprisingly do come out.
Yeah, so this Kickstarter was asking for £18,000 and they received £58,000.
That is a lot of money.
People like the Game Boy Advance. It's also on Steam and Nintendo Switch as well.
Yeah, but it's just the novelty of the fact that it could be in a Game Boy Advance if you want it. Which I mean is pretty cool. Yeah. It's probably not very graphically intense or anything like that, and it's probably just like a little platformer that you plug in, plop in, and play. And I mean, hey, why not? That's just interesting.
Yeah, it's just nice little interesting segment. And another interesting segment.
Also,
go on.
No, go.
Okay,
I didn't have
the next interesting segment is Battlefield Mobile has popped up on the Google Play Store.
Yeah. So, hey, look, COD, you've got some competition maybe on the mobile market.
Yes, possibly. I believe this is
PUBG and Fortnite weren't enough. No, it literally leaked. It wasn't meant to pop up, and then it got removed. So, hey, look, maybe a free-to-play version of Battlefield might get me to play Battlefield.
No, it won't.
No, it won't.
You hate Battlefield for the reason of you run around for 20 minutes to die and then do the same thing again.
And then spend 4 hours trying to load back into the game.
Yes.
Which maybe has been solved by hardware. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I doubt it. Because that game has the stupidest load-in thing. Because you have to then, basically, because the maps are so big, you have to load back into the map to then pick where you spawn. And then, because of that, it then has different divisions and how many people can spawn at that location at the same time. So if there's too many people spawning at one location, you have to spawn in at another location because they can't do it. So you spend like 5 minutes just trying to get back into the match. Whereas COD, it's like you die, you skip the replay, or you watch the replay, and then you're back into the game immediately.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
I mean, it's just people like Battlefield though. People might be happy about this.
Yeah, I mean,
weirdos nonetheless. But you know, I'm sorry if I offended you for Battlefield, but you are a weirdo.
No, I mean, I mean, who knows? If it's free, maybe check it out. I checked out COD. I enjoyed the COD one. I enjoyed Fortnite when it was on mobile. I tried PUBG on mobile, and the problem with those things is they're so easy to win. Like
Yeah.
I played COD mobile.
I thought I was playing bots when I was on COD Mobile.
You probably were, to be honest.
Probably was.
Because they just fill the lobbies with bots. But I played COD Mobile, and I played, I think, 10 games, like a couple games of the Battle Royale, and I won every single one.
Yeah, same.
And if you've watched me play COD normally on a console, I'm shit. I should not be winning this much. And then I played PUBG. Every time I played a match on PUBG, I dropped in, ran around, picked up the guns, and I won the matches. Like, it was not challenging at all. And maybe I'm just pro at fucking mobile games. And I'm not using those weird attachments that you can get for your phone
Yeah,
where they have the little...
I get the same thing. But maybe it's just because there's that many players on the game.
Maybe it's also because I've got a really expensive phone and that gives me the edge, you know?
That 120 hertz.
That 120 hertz refresh rate, that big screen, because a lot of people are using tiny little phones, my big, massive cock of a phone, that girthiness, that boy, oh boy, is it big. And then when I get my fucking Fold 3, the space on my phone will be massive. I'll be dominating.
Stop dick measuring, all right? You don't need to keep doing that.
From one EA to another EA.
Yes.
There's your segue.
Thank you. I mean, I was about to say that, but I didn't know when you were finished. From EA to EA, EA is making 5 accessibility technology patents freely available to everyone.
Yeah, which is nice. Something good EA has done.
Yes,
basically,
this is including Apex Legends' ping system can now be used by anyone without cost or repercussions.
Yeah. What is their ping system? It's like it doesn't need buttons or something.
Something like that. It's weird. It's like I think it's just features from the games. They go in, yep, so here's some features that anyone can use that helps just ease of use, really.
Yeah, so like the Last of Us 2 and everything like that has the most accessible things that so that they tried to make it as accessible as possible by giving it the most features possible to allow people to play the game. So like EA giving out its versions of like ping systems and all of that for developers so that they can put it into their games rather than having to code all of this themselves, or at least have a structure to follow for their game if they wanted to.
So
it's nice.
Other software patents they have is like vision accessibility, so modifying color blindness or modifying sound hearing so you can hear different sounds.
And yeah, I think they also...
I can't believe it. EA's done something good. And
yeah, I know. It was a shocker when I saw the headline. I was like, EA is doing good things?
No. Something's happening behind the scene here.
The most hated company 2 times in the most hated company charts, ahead of Amazon and all of that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
they're turning.
EA have a good bone.
Yeah, someone's switched the good to tap on instead of the overflowing guttering of the bad. Someone turned that tiny little tap on underneath the swimming pool.
Yeah, tiny little tap on. But from good news...
sucks for China, though.
Yeah, good news for bad news for China kids. China sets a 3-hour limit for games for kids.
Yep. So you get 1 hour Friday, you get 1 hour Saturday, and you get 1 hour Sunday.
So depressing.
Yep.
I believe this does change, though, during school holidays. You get a bit more time.
You get 20 minutes. This is going to be great, though. Think of all the lobbies that won't be filled with children.
I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever come across a Chinese child in a lobby.
Well, yeah, because they region lock them.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still get them. You get like hackers who jump from other countries to play and stuff like that. But I mean, this does generally suck for the kids. But I mean, is it a bad thing? Shouldn't those kids be outside playing with guns and breathing in the Chinese smog?
I think it is a bad thing. I think it's a good thing for the wrong reasons.
Yes, because a government should not be basically enforcing something. It should be parents.
Yes, it's also another reason why they're doing it is for the they believe by
the
playing
Western
video games
market.
it ruins your mental awareness or like ruins your ability for like thinking or problem solving.
They're also scared of the Western influence on Chinese kids.
Yes, that's actually why they're doing it. They can say whatever they want. That is the reason.
Yeah. they're afraid that the Western influence will mean that they don't want to be told that they can't play games, but they do want to be told they can't play the games, Dan, and they want to follow the Chinese rule.
Yeah, China's just a bit of a mess up place. Let's be honest. The whole government there is just isn't good, is it?
It's not corrupt at all.
Nah, it's not like it's a one-party system where there's democracy, but you can vote for one party.
Yeah, that's how it should be, you know? I wish the British were like that. All of these people in Britain complaining about it being a dictatorship. Nah, let's bring in the real dictatorship to this country.
Who's complaining of dictatorship in this country?
A lot of people complain it's a dictatorship.
Why?
Everyone who thinks masks are mandatory thinks it's a dictatorship, Dan.
They're idiots.
Yep, but that because people don't understand what a dictatorship is. They think because someone tells you to do something, it's a dictatorship.
No.
Yeah, but hey, look, people are stupid.
People are stupid. I don't know how
Let's
to
move
segue
on
this.
to positive stuff again.
Yeah, so back to positive.
We got a positive negative sandwich. So it tastes like shit, but the outside's pretty good.
Yes, Destiny 2. So Destiny 2 are probably joint favorite game between us.
Yes.
So
Second favorite game of all time. Well, second favorite franchise of all time.
well, a lot of people like the status subclass optimization or customization, I should say, and they're now implementing that on the Void subclass.
Only Void?
Only Void.
Oh, good, because I don't use Void. I used to use Void, and now I only use Solar.
Yeah, well, so this whole new subclass arrangement, they're doing this instead of creating a new super, and they're just going to kind of rework it. However, they have stated that players won't lose any abilities. They will just be moved around, and you can sort of just toggle between them. So instead of, right now, you have the 3 options.
The 3 triangles.
Well, no, 3 squares.
Triangles.
The squares, the diamonds, if you want to call them that way, but
It's a triangle.
it's a square. Go back to the game.
Okay, it's a
square.
triangle
They're
with a
all
little
squares.
triangle underneath it. It's 2 triangles.
2 triangles. Definitely not a square. Yes,
I
right
must
now you're going
mess
to pick
up.
3 options, and those 3 options mean you get a variety of different things. The new subclass will basically have all those options, but you can just choose which one you want out of all of them.
Which is basically going back to the first game.
Essentially, yeah. Apart from that, I think the UI is going to look like status, so it looks a bit cleaner. Whereas
Yeah.
I think most would argue the UI is a bit messy in the first Destiny.
In the first one. It looks like a child drew it.
It looked very quick designed.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a lot of thought process in it. I actually like the status UI. I think that's actually really intuitive.
I've barely used it. I went back and played Destiny 2 recently. I enjoyed it, and I haven't played it since.
Well, I was on holiday for a week, so you can play with me now.
I also got really confused by the story because it basically went, hey, look, here's the crow. He's a good guy. And then it basically went, here's the story that you missed last season. Now the crow's a good guy. He's back. He's come and helped. And I'm like, okay, I just got introduced to this guy twice. I don't know why.
I suppose
But it was
luckily
two different
I've been
circumstances.
playing it throughout the entire process. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool just to state what Destiny was doing for all the...
Well, they're slowly fixing the game.
Yes, the plan is to change all of them eventually, but at the minute they're just focusing on Void.
Yeah.
And it will be launched with Witch Queen.
Oh, good. 2022.
Yep, 2022 on the 2nd. 22nd of February. Yep.
22222.
I'm not going to go too much detail about all what everything will change. They have stated sort of some things that will change, but there's a lot of details in there, and you can go read it yourself. You can look it up. Just type in Void 3.0, and you can come up with a good link.
Wow. So informative, Dan.
There's like a massive list here. I don't want to make this whole podcast about this. And also, we've got some more Destiny news to do with things that are changing. At the moment,
Can you tell we like Destiny?
you can tell we like Destiny. You never know. Might create a new segment just for Destiny. Yeah, another aspect of Destiny, what they're doing is, at the moment, there's specific gun types that are only available in exotics, known as a trace rifle. These will now, though they're experimenting with making these legendaries. So you can now equip a trace rifle as well as other guns.
Nice. I got really confused when I went back to the game because they've changed the ammo system for some of the guns.
Yes, primaries,
So now-
primaries now infinite ammo.
Have infinite, yeah.
That only just changed.
I know. I was really confused when I went because I have overpowered guns that are primary. That have. I don't think it's primary. I think primary ammo.
Yeah, primary ammo. I'm going to say that.
I have guns that are like insanely powerful and have infinite ammo now, and I can just continuously fire. Like, I don't have to stop firing. I could just continuously fire because one of the perks on my gun is just if it gets precision shots in a row, it reloads.
Is that
So-
the scout rifle?
It's the Polaris Lance.
Yeah, the scout rifle.
It's insane. Yeah, it's good. But it's got infinite ammo now, and it just never stops firing.
It's great.
So it's just every 5 shots, if you get 5 precision shots, it explodes. So
I actually am happy with this because I did feel like there was a big difference between having a primary and a secondary of the types. If you notice, if you go on Crucible, someone just shotguns you die instantly. Or sniper rifle, you die instantly. Either way, so you need to have that bit more of a balance to it. I've run out of ammo so many times in Crucible, and I've got like, well, what do I do now?
My complaint was that because they made they didn't have they had snipers in the primary, they had snipers in the secondary, because they changed that from Destiny 1 where snipers were like secondary weapons, then swords and rocket launchers were heavy, and that sort of system. Because they made it so that everything could just go into the different slots, there was like no variation, because you could just have like a sniper in the first one, you could have a rocket launcher in the first one and whatnot. It was just like, oh, okay, cool. Why do I care about this now? So it's good that they're doing that, I guess. It maybe fixes some stuff.
Yeah, anyway, on the last gaming news of the week, Far Cry 6 system requirements have been released. Now, I don't think either of us actually care about Far Cry 6 as a game.
I mean, it looks nice.
Yes.
And it's got a little dog with back-legged wheels.
However, the interesting part is more to do with the requirements themselves of what actually needs to happen and sort of the trend, the upward trend that's facing new games. So for 4K, 30 FPS and direct ray tracing on, you must have a 3080, which means I feel like PlayStation and Xbox are going to struggle with this.
Mm-hmm.
As well as other ones. I mean, my computer, I think, will barely run 1080 at 60 without ray tracing.
Yeah, I reckon. I don't know. It'll probably be upscaled 4K if it's PlayStation, and it'll be lower graphical 4K.
I think it has to be, but it's kind of scary, just sort of everything that's how high it's going upward trend.
Well, it's because you can't compress everything like because I think the problem is that the amount of polygons and things that you need to create the imaging to make it so that it's like as structurally good is so taxing on hard drives and everything that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because until like Unreal Engine 5 comes out and the system itself runs it so it utilizes it a lot better, you're not going to be able to run 4K pretty good at the moment. It's once the software side gets more built around it, basically.
Yeah,
where they could.
Unreal Engine 5 should fix a lot of issues, hopefully.
And once other, like, because PlayStation, I imagine a lot of their development of new games and stuff is building new engines to utilize the PlayStation ones better. Because, like, for example, The Last of Us 1 built on the architecture of the PlayStation 3.
Yes.
So it had to basically have the engine on that, and then you have to rebuild that engine for the PlayStation 4 remake, and then you have to remake that for the, like, you have to upscale all of that for the PlayStation 5 upgrade that you can get, like the 60 FPS and stuff. Because they didn't fully upgrade that game on PlayStation 5. They just gave it a 60 frames per second boost.
Well, that does require a fair bit of optimization.
Yeah, but they didn't change any of the graphics. They just changed the frame rate, basically. They didn't upscale anything. They just changed. They made it run.
That's still upscaling. I'd rather have a higher frame rate than higher.
Yeah. But it did, because they didn't restructure it for the PS5. That's what I mean. They didn't completely rebuild it.
No, I suppose not.
They didn't upgrade their engine. They just upgraded they utilized the PlayStation to make it run faster.
Yeah, I imagine there's some sort of hardware differences, sort of porting.
Yeah. But I imagine what Naughty Dog is probably doing at the moment is making a new engine specifically so that it can work with the PlayStation 5, and it will basically probably won't work as well on the PS4. So they'll probably stop making PS4 games and go to the PS5.
I don't
at
think
some stage.
You'll be able to make PS5 only games until early 2023.
Yeah, I'm not. But game development is fucking long, especially for like studios like Naughty Dog.
True.
Naughty Dog took ages between their games because they want to polish everything, and they want The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077, 8 years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But yeah, and even then, Cyberpunk came out broken as fuck. So, you know,
they're a bit too ambitious, I think.
Game development is hard, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
and we don't understand it.
No, we don't. However,
What we do understand is the world is stupid.
yes,
Sometimes.
Yes, thank you for the segue. Let's go on to the weird, wacky, wonderful world.
Now, I don't know any of these because Dan's done his job for once
Oh, I
and
can't
found
believe. Yeah,
stuff.
no, it's amazing, isn't it? I've gone off all week. I'm a new man. So to begin with, TGI Fridays have made a bold claim that we're eating burgers wrong.
How do you eat a burger wrong?
Apparently, you're supposed to eat it upside down.
I've heard that before. I don't...
Supposedly,
Why are they...
it tastes much better, and all the flavors embrace. And the reason why it's upside down is so all the burger juices go into the big part of the bun.
Yeah. I think
I've never tried
the
this.
the only reason I think it works is because the bun gets soggy at the bottom. And so when you eat it, the bottom bit is always the bit that tears first when you eat a burger.
Yes.
But that's because it's greased up and whatnot. So if they're saying that all the juices go into the top bun, then that has more structural integrity because it's bigger. And so that wouldn't tear as quickly when you eat into it. Because the top bit always stays structurally fine. It's the bottom bit once you eat it that starts falling apart. At least for me.
Yeah, I find the same thing. I mean, I've never tried it. Are you going to give it a try?
No.
Okay.
Never. Not in the... Well, maybe.
Not even on your
I
own?
just haven't had burgers. No. I just haven't had burgers in a while.
No, but I have it in a kind of maybe like a family barbecue occasionally, but that's it. I don't have it.
I'd feel like it'd be weird eating a McDonald's burger upside down, though. Like, it just
Wait,
looks
the
like
Big
you're
Mac upside down?
stupid. Yeah, it would just look like you're stupid. It's just like, oh, he doesn't know how to eat a burger. I don't know, couple quid.
A couple quid.
It wouldn't cost me much. Like, I wouldn't be like £1,000,000 or I won't eat this burger upside down. I'd be
I
like,
would only eat my burger the right way around. I would
Yeah,
not
I'd be
look
like-
like a wrong one.
yeah, give me a tenner. Give me the cost of the burger. I'll eat it upside down.
Fair
Like,
enough.
you just have to pay for it, basically, and then I'll eat it upside down. Like, it wouldn't be much. It would just be like, hey, I'll pay for your burger if you eat it upside down. And I'll be like, okay.
It's free food.
That would be it. It wouldn't be like oh no, my integrity of eating this burger is too intact for me to not.
It's just too embarrassing.
Yeah. I'd be like, fuck it. You pay for the burger,
You
I'll
make
eat
some
it
funny
upside
looks,
down.
though.
Oh yeah, I'm
You're
sure.
like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Also, because my question is, if you had the burger the other way round and you took the bun from the bottom and the bun from the top and swapped them, does that still count as eating the burger upside down? Because
I think
everything
not,
else in
because
the
you're
middle
also
is
supposed to have
upside
all
down.
the fillings upside down as well.
They would be, because all you'd be doing is taking the bun from the top and
Maybe
the
that's an
bottom,
experiment. Maybe we should just create a YouTube video just doing burger testing.
testing this fear. Because they'd put it all together, and it would be in their order that they do it normally. So if you took the bun and the burger bottom bit and swapped them around when you turn it upside down, and then swap it the two around again, would you still be eating it upside down?
I don't know. Maybe we should do some testing and create a patent for the best burger design. But let's move
Maybe.
on. So
Do you reckon
I feel like a bit of a-
cow would? Do you reckon a cow would go to a drive-through to have a burger upside down?
I'll go to that one. Yeah, I mean, talking about McDonald's, a cow has been spotted going through a drive-through, and it's not just what you've seen. It's a car in the back of a car. Sorry, a cow in the back of a car.
It's a car in the back of a car.
Cow in the
Holy
back of
crap!
a car, and someone just got a video of just showing a cow in the back of a car going through a drive-through at McDonald's in Wisconsin.
Did they give him the burger? Did they give it the burger?
I don't think so. It's mad cow disease.
Nah, they could have got chicken burger.
It's just kind of funny. Like, you're just
They
driving
could have
along
gone
and see a cow in
vegetarian.
a car.
They could have
Like,
gone fish.
You alright?
Is it cruising in the drop-top convertible?
No, it's just in the back. It's just in the back seat of like a saloon.
Ah. Should be in a drop
Just
top.
standing there, just looking out the window. It's like, all right, help me, please.
They're trying to make me eat my brothers and sisters. Well, sisters, because they don't do bull meat.
So apparently, it was actually a calf. It was a baby cow. It was an infant in the car.
Oh, so it's got venison.
Yes, venison. Lovely. She said the owner had just purchased it and two other calves, which were in the back seat. So there's 3 calves in the back seat.
Damn, those are some picky kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was quite interesting. I was like, what the hell's this?
Oh my god, it amassed 112,000 views in an afternoon on a Friday.
Yeah, I know.
That's viral news right there.
And talking about animals being where they're not supposed to be, Wally the Wandering Walrus has now had a new home on a motorboat.
So he's on a pair of tits?
Very funny.
Thank you, I try.
Terrible joke. If people
I
who
know,
don't
I
know,
try.
Wally is an Arctic animal. That is a walrus
Okay.
and goes through everywhere. It travels hundreds of thousands of miles, going through UK, France, and even as far as the south of Spain.
Sprained. He sprained his ankle. The stupid fuck. He's a
damn it.
walrus. He doesn't even have ankles.
Shut up.
What a muppet.
Yeah, the owner just sort of came along to go to his motorboat and just found a walrus just sitting on his motorboat. And he was like, oh, what do I do now? It's just
You don't
chilling
sit
there.
on another man's wife. Goddamn walrus.
Somebody's just been asleep. He's just asleep on his motorboat. And what do? I don't think you can do anything. So apparently this was in the Isles of Scilly. Isles of Scilly. Not Sicily. Isles of Scilly.
Isles of Scilly. You sure it's not Sicily?
No, Scilly. Sicily's so far away. Sicily's in Italy.
Yeah.
He doesn't go that far. He goes south of Spain.
Okay. Well, technically, Italy is south of Spain. Just slightly to the east.
The south of Spain. Like,
Yeah.
of the
If you look at a map,
Oh, shut up. All right.
yeah. If you look at a map, Dan, Italy is below Spain because the boot goes
But
below.
it is like the south of it, like being still part of Spain, but being
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn you.
Talk about your walrus some more.
It's just a kind of cute walrus. Apparently, the group asked people to come no closer than 100 meters, so that no one should approach him and he can just leave on his own accord.
Nice.
So you never know. When you go out fishing, be careful of a walrus on your motorboat.
And don't let it near your wife.
Don't let it near you. But let's go on to tech time and science shenanigans.
Yes.
Because I didn't know how to, I did not segue that one, to be honest with you. It's like,
Neither did I. I was like, can cows teleport? Can walruses teleport?
wow, talk about teleportation. This is, I thought this was quite impressive. AMD has filed a patent for teleporting quantum computers. So, people who don't know, the smallest a transistor can get to is about 1 nanometer before something called quantum something. I don't remember the name anymore.
Is it not quantum computing?
There's a lot of quantum. Quantum just means small.
Yeah, which is why Ant-Man uses it in all of the time, like
Yeah,
in the
quantum
new
just means
title.
small. There's something called the quantum something, and it's where particles can phase through other particles. Electrons can phase through atoms.
Quantum fusion?
No.
I don't know. You could just say quantum anything and it just sounds scientific. It's why every show in the universe just uses it to sound smart. Ah, yes, quantum mechanics, quantum science, quantum computing, quantum fish, quantum paradoxes, quantum pandas, quantum piss, quantum piss.
Quantum piss?
I'm just saying, quantum piss. It sounds scientific. It's the effect where if your piss travels through space-time.
Quantum tunneling. That's it.
That just sounds like Elon Musk bullshit.
Quantum tunneling is where electron goes through an atom. Anyway, that can happen. So quantum computers are designed to solve this. The computers are so small, it's smaller.
Damn!
And
That's a
instead
small
of
boy.
an electrical switch, it works by atoms or electrons teleporting to transmit data. It's teleporting data.
Yes.
One day, your smartphone could have devices in there that allows your data just to be teleported inside it.
Yes. Yes, we
I don't know
will
why I
be
was holding my phone
teleport.
here. I was just like,
Yeah, I'm mockingly shaking my phone at Dan right now because Dan picked up his phone to shake and I was like, I'll do that as well. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say this is just a patent. I don't know if this has actually been made.
No, they do it so that when someone does do it, they can go, hey, look, we had this first. Fuck you. Give us it.
Yes.
Or we'll sue you.
However, quantum computers will be the way one day. At the minute, they're very unreliable. They do work. This patent makes them more reliable.
And that's all we can ask for.
And
And then we can play Far Cry 4.
6.
6. I mean, we could play Far Cry 4.
We could do, but we don't need a quantum computer for it.
Maybe. Don't know how good... I've never played Far Cry 4.
No, never.
Could be very taxing. It's your show, Dan.
Sorry, I had a brain. My brain just sort of went blank there for like a minute. So I'm just go on to the next topic between Epic versus Apple. Once again, it's been a while, and South Korea has passed a law for monopolies like Apple and Google.
Mm-hmm. Go on and explain, Dan, for our lovely
will
listeners.
Go on and explain. So the country is to mandate there must be alternate payment systems than the iOS and Google Play Store.
Blasphemy, Dan. How dare they? How dare they
So
force
this is all
Apple
to do
to
with
have
Epic
alternative...
complaining about anti-competitive prices, saying if they don't agree with Apple, then it is a monopoly, which some would argue it is.
Because it's an enclosed ecosystem that if you own an iPhone, you're literally locked into. You can't use any other platforms without having extreme difficulties.
Yeah, yes. To be honest, Android's not so bad. You can get other app stores.
Well, yeah, it's open source basically. Whereas it's like the Steam Deck. It can you can basically run the Steam OS, or you can update it to the Windows OS. Like, you don't have to use their... You can run Linux on it. You can run whatnot. You're not tied into the... It's more convenient if you use the Steam OS, but you're not tied into the Steam OS if you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Whereas with Apple, you can't go and get Google Play Store on Apple and then download all the Google Play apps or use Google Play Store stuff. Which,
I mean, this is all good. This is all good for markets, good for consumers.
It's all good for consumers. It fucks over monopolies, but that's a good thing.
Yes, no one wants that.
These companies should not have this much power.
It also means that games could get better. If companies get more money into the studios, they can invest more money into the game development, and games can be better for...
It would also shut every fucking iPhone user up about their picture quality, because Android has to compress everything down.
That's true. That is very true. Everything has to be compressed.
Yeah. Whereas Apple is, because it's on Apple, it doesn't have to go through all the compressing. And it has its own app basically that doesn't have to compress stuff, so it matches every other product. However, Android can get that in there and then fuck that up, because Android will basically compress everything, and it will make, if people use the app like Google version or whatever, and developers don't have to be on the ecosystem of Apple, they can just fucking have it so it just can't compress. It compresses everything and fucks them over.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
It's just funnier. I just fucking hate it. It's like, no, the cameras are great. It's just the apps that suck. It's not the fucking phone's problem. It's just the apps.
Yeah, so complain about Android. Android's good. Android's great. Android is the way.
Yeah. Also, who gives a shit if a photo looks compressed?
I mean, I do care if it's a detailed photo that I need to look detail for.
I don't give a shit. I've never taken a photo in my life.
I use my phone gallery for that.
Yeah, I just show people my phone camera.
Yeah, there we go. Here's my photo. Do I need to send it to you? No, it's on my phone. And I can still send you the photo, and it will be fine.
Yeah.
As long as I don't use social media apps.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
But anyway, talking about Google, Google has now released or revealed the Google Pixel 5a with 5G.
Yes. And Dan, the circle comes full circle.
The circle does come full circle.
Yes.
It's like the wheel of time.
Do you know what this means, Dan?
What does it mean?
We're getting a headphone jack again.
Oh, is that actually what it means?
Yeah. If you want, it's a video, Dan.
Honestly, Google sometimes I do like the advertising.
Well, this is a mocking of Apple again.
And Samsung.
Because
everyone else.
Everyone else. They're basically going, hey, look. Because it's basically Apple they're taking the piss out, because I think it's a guy who sounds like the Apple like tech dude who does all their videos, who does like the explanation of their phones. It might be the same person, but it's basically like a piss take on Apple's super sleek design.
This trailer is actually pretty good, to be fair. Like how much detail it got, like shows us a space and goes like, these are all the elements inside it. It's just a headphone jack.
Yeah, which is funny because they removed the headphone jack on some of their phones, and it's just like, well, okay, you're bringing it back for no real reason now. Like, I like the headphone jack. I hate the USB-C headphones that you have to use if you want wired headphones, because you run out of battery on your wireless earphones.
Yeah, I agree.
But I own so many wireless earphones now that it's ridiculous, just so I never run out of battery on any of them.
Fair enough.
Because it's just like, oh, these ones have run out of battery? Pick up a new pair. Ah, that solves my problem. I don't have to wait for them to charge. And whilst they're charging, I can put these ones in and then I can leave them. It solves all my problems. Like, I like wireless earphones. I hate the fact that I am forced to use wireless earphones because the USB-C are trash.
Yeah, I mean, I've started using wireless earphones. If I'm honest, I actually am more happy with them. I actually do enjoy them more.
No, I like them. I don't like because sometimes I just like having the wire.
It's
sometimes
nice
like having
a bit of freedom.
Well, it means if I drop my phone, there's a safety net. Like the amount of times that the fucking headphone wire has saved my phone, because it just yanks on that, slows its descent down, and then it just dangles there.
Oh, then it kind of just drops a little bit.
Yeah, like it doesn't fucking smash at full height. It accidentally drops slightly lower and then forces. Or sometimes the wire itself is just good enough to catch it and it doesn't fall off. Like, it was great. And now I'm dropping my phone all the fucking time.
Somehow he's not broken it.
No, it's a fucking Samsung. It's not going to break. They've got like some of the fucking toughest phones out there.
Well, talking about Samsung, Samsung has unveiled their futuristic triple folding display prototype.
You thought one fold was crazy? Think about two folds to make your 3 phones strapped together and foldy-foldy.
This is looking like they want a 16:9 aspect ratio.
Yeah, they want a big tablet.
Yeah.
They want big...
I think does make sense for content, if I'm honest. However,
Yeah,
I'd argue people who buy fold phones or flip phones aren't really doing it for content.
Tread carefully, Dan.
I know, but I would argue it's not really... They're
I'm
definitely not
buying it for
marketing
fucking
towards...
I'm buying it for fucking media. I'm
but
buying it
you're an
for
idiot.
so I can... Nah, I'm buying it so I can watch YouTube videos on a big screen.
It's not even that much bigger.
It big boy.
It's not that much bigger. It's about the same size.
Yeah, but I like the fucking idea. I am generally not the person who you should be taking financial advice from.
No, you're also
in
not the
terms
person who
of
should be
phone.
buying a fold phone, but you want it anyway.
Yeah, I
Just for
also
the fact
don't
it
recommend
folds.
people buy it. Yeah, I want the most innovative tech there is.
At the minute, people buy fold phones. Well, they're meant to be for more productivity. So you can do multitasking. You can do like video conferencing, something like that.
Yep.
Something you actually need a bigger display for, not to watch content.
Yep.
I feel like this triple folding.
Think of how
would be
much
more
porn I
towards
could
content.
watch. Yes. Think of how much porn you can watch on it.
True.
You could have three different porn videos all at the same time.
They may. I mean, to be fair, if you had a triple folding display, you could also use it as a display, an actual display.
Shocking.
And put a controller on it.
Mm-hmm.
Have a portable games console on your phone.
You could fold the 3 edges and have one in the middle and 2 slightly curved in, and then you could put it on your face and have 180-degree viewing.
I think this design does look better. I would actually rather have this one than the other one.
Okay. I'm still buying the fold.
I know
I
you
like
are.
the fold.
I know you are. And we all look forward to hearing your review about it.
Hearing me accidentally break it live on the podcast as I casually just flick it back and forth, and then it just snaps, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, what have I done?
It'll be interesting to see how well that phone goes.
Wow.
Let's go on to recommend do and recommend don't, because I have one thing to recommend. I've watched Shang-Chi.
Oh, have you? I've not watched it yet.
I watched it in 40x, which I would not recommend.
40x?
40x, where you like the roller coaster, fucking move the chairs and all of that.
Oh, what? I've never heard of that before.
It's Cineworld stuff.
Okay.
It's like 40. Yeah. I don't recommend it because I watched Venom, and it's every time the action sequence happens, it rocks the chairs back and forth in the most violent way possible.
It's like going to get a brain hemorrhage in a minute.
Yeah.
And we go back and forward.
And also, I forgot the glasses. So, for the first 5 minutes, the first time I've ever actually walked out of a cinema viewing experience, because I had to go get the glasses. So I spent the first 10 minutes of the film with really fuzzy background and out of focus, and I couldn't read the subtitles.
Oh, wow.
And it was very irritating. So I had to walk out. I had to wait for the ride to stop moving, and then I had to walk out really quickly. I had to talk to some fucking ushers because they didn't know what the fuck, why I went in there without them, and I was like, because it didn't tell me I needed them, and I thought, hey, I can bring my own glasses, but these are specific ones that don't work with this, and it was like a whole big thing. And then I had to go pay £1 to get some glasses, and then I had to go back in and hang my head low because I've missed a part of a movie for the first time ever.
Well,
which is sad.
Did you go watch it again?
I am. I'm watching it Thursday.
Again.
I am watching it again on Thursday.
Well, this week I would recommend watching Jessica Jones season 1 if you've not watched it. I love this season, and I forget how good an actor David Tennant is.
Mm-hmm. And stop after that.
Yeah, just stop after that. You don't need to watch anything after that.
You don't need to watch the others. I haven't watched the other ones. I've not watched season 2 and 3, and I really liked that first season.
Yeah, that first season's great. I mean, I love the whole storyline of everything. Just the whole concept of mind control. And I'm sad that they had to kill off Kilgrave. Spoiler.
Well, he returns technically in season 2.
Oh, does he? Didn't know that.
Well, he's, I think, spoilers, he is the manifestation in the back of her head. So he lives there, basically. He's not alive, it's just she sees visions of him.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd recommend season 1 as well. I can't tell you whether or not to watch Jessica Jones season 2 and 3. I've heard they're not great, but I can't give you my personal recommendation.
Well, not great
I
doesn't
haven't
mean
seen.
bad.
No,
So I'm going to give it a go eventually. I mean, I'm a very busy man, so I don't have a lot of time to watch a lot of things.
It's just 26 hours of video.
Yeah, that's a lot. It took me a week off to watch 13.
I would say jump back to Daredevil.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to
it.
go to Daredevil season 2, then probably go Jessica Jones season 2, and then Luke Cage season 1.
No. You go Daredevil season 2, Punisher season 1.
Or just skip past all of it.
Yeah, and then you go back to Daredevil, and then you go Punisher season 2.
And then that's it.
And then you're fine. You can watch all the other stuff afterwards, but you want to watch those ones first. Or if you want to do it, you probably do Jessica Jones, then you do Daredevil season 2, then you do Punisher, and then you probably you put the shit series in, and then you put a good series after it, and then you put a shit series, and then you put a good one. So you're kind of like giving yourself some incentive. You're like, oh, if I get through this one, I can watch a good one after.
Yeah.
But again, I can't say if they're bad or good. I haven't watched them. I've only watched all of Daredevil, all of Punisher, first season of Jessica Jones, and Defenders. So,
well, that's it. That's this week's episode of and done with. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever whatever platform you're listening
subscribe
on.
to our OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? I didn't know we got a plan service.
Well, it's coming up soon.
It's in the works.
Subscribe
send us an
to
email
our family.
with any criticisms. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, what we could improve on. We're happy to help. And
Yell at me at social media.
we will see you on Saturday for Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Hopefully, as long as I don't get COVID.
Yeah, you'll be
if
fine.
I get COVID beforehand, I ain't watching it because I had to self-isolate.
Oh, I also watched Black Widow again. So
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
See you next week.